Alright, so today we are looking at parallel lines and proportional parts. So our topic is going to be parallel lines and proportional parts. So we're going to look at how parallel lines cut triangle or transversals or something, and how then in turn, or where our proportional parts are from there. So the triangle proportionality theorem states if a line is parallel to one side of the triangle, so we have this line, it's not a midpoint, but it's a line, is parallel to this line, and intersects the two other sides, then it divides the two segments into proportional lengths. So we're saying if DE is parallel to AC, then we know that BD right here is going to be proportional to DA here, and we're going to know that BE is proportional to EC. Alright, so we're going to say that BD is proportional to DA and BE to EC. So these two ratios are proportional to one another. So the converse theorem is if we know that BD to DA is proportional to BE EC, then we know that DE has to be parallel to AC. Alright, so we'll do the first one together, and then I'll have you pause the video and try the rest on your own. So here I see that we have two parallel lines, so that tells me that this segment and this segment are proportional to this segment and this segment. So I know that, and it doesn't matter how you set it up, I know that 14 to 12 is proportional to x to 15. So we know that 12x is equal to 210 divided by 12, so therefore x is 17.5. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and I want you to try 2 through 6. When you put the video back on, I will have the answers up and I might talk about 1 or 2 here. So pause the video and try 2 through 6. Alright, you should have solved the problems, and we're going to look at them here. So I have x equals 48 here. For number 3, I want to look at, because this is our small triangle, right? We had to figure out what this side was, so I just did 55 minus 45 and got that 10. So we have x equals 8. Same thing, we had to figure out this side, so we just knew that the whole thing was 27. Subtract 6, so 21. 45, 11, and 9. Notice that for these two, I could simplify this fraction, these fractions, before I actually multiplied, which just makes the math a little bit easier as you're going through. So I simplified 25 15ths to 5/3 and 6 21sts to 2 7ths. Alright, so now we want to determine if M and N is parallel to JL. So again, we know that if our two ratios of segments are proportional, right, then we know that the lines are parallel. So we'll do number 1, and then I'll have you do number 2 and 3. We know that if 11 to 15.4 is equal to 10 over 14, then our ratio, or then our lines will be parallel. So we can check the decimal here. I'll do 11 divided by 15.4, and that gets me about 0.714. And I'll do 10 divided by 14, and that gets me 0.714, which shows me that the ratios are the same, therefore these two sides are proportional. Therefore, yes, those two lines are parallel. So I want you to go and try 8 and 9. So pause the video, try 8 and 9, and then start it back up and see if you got the same thing as me. All right, pause the video. All right, you should have paused the video, and we would have had 8 is no, the lines are not parallel, and 9 is yes, the lines are parallel. So now we're going to look at proportional parts and the parallel lines. So we see that we have 3 parallel lines here. We see that because of our arrows here, right, that show us we're parallel. And it says, so if 3 or more lines are parallel with 2 transversals, they intersect 2 transversals, then they're going to cut off the transversals proportionally, right? So again, we're going to say that here's AC to CE is proportional to BD to DF. So those are going to be proportional. So we know that if AB, line AB, is parallel to line CD, which is parallel to line EF, then AC to CE is going to equally be proportional to BD to EF, right? So if we look at number 10, we notice that we have our 3 parallel lines. So I know that 45 to 18 is proportional 52 to x, and then I can solve for x, and I'd get that x is equal to 20.8. Alright, so what I want you to do is I want you to solve 11 through 15, pause the video, and then start it back up when you are ready and check your answers. Alright, so pause the video now. Alright, you should have paused the video, and here are our answers. 11 is 35, 12 is 21, 13 is 72, 14 is 5, and 15 is 13. Alright, so that concludes our parallel lines and proportional parts. Make sure you have that understanding and complete anything else that you need to complete for tonight. See you in class next time. Bye.